Alright, boys and girls, it's time to talk about nerfs and buffs in today's video. I just wanted the nerfs and buffs to kind of be like I didn't want to go over everything every time because then I can't get this video to be longer. Now that more buffs and nerfs came, well, mostly buffs because all these are buffs at the end of the day. Now we can go over this properly in a better video format. Alright, let's go over this. Military Captain Raptor Colonel. So ride chaining is being tackled. Okay. When it attacks, retire 2 rear guards to get a critical and power. I wish he had that sooner. Then we would have had a Colonel meta. That would have been cool. Add a crit to the Vanguard's attack. Adding incentive actually uses the effect instead of maybe using it just to scale. But still, scaling plus critting is godly. Added ability, once per turn, Persona Blast, and retire a rear guard. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So that way, that's nice. So Tachikaze now has a way to retire, but it's through a Persona Blast with the Colonel. I mean, not bad, but still going to test this out. I mean, I'm going to test all these buffs out when it comes down to it, even though I'm going to be getting locked by Link Joker in every deck profile. But that's okay. I mean, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go over some of this stuff. Next is Ancient Dragon Knight Armor, actually, which is good. The change ability is now when this unit attacks, no longer attacking the Vanguard. So when this guy comes in, Tachikaze will be playable, well, more playable now due to the fact that this doesn't have to attack Vanguard to recycle your combo plays, which means now we have 8 units that can retire that are G2s that can give our Tyranno Bite his extra attack phase. So that's good. Obviously, you have to be in Legion for this to work, and now it's good to know that Knight Armor is going to be able to do this effect whenever you feel like it. Pretty much it's good because the one we have now isn't doing so because he has to attack Vanguard, so Magma Armor couldn't profit. But now Magma Armor can profit and your columns will be okay to swing for 2 damage every turn. The issue was the 2 damage was getting the proper column set up with the Iguana Gorg and all that. But now you don't have to, since you only have to kill Tyranno Bite or any other unit once and that unit comes back, giving you the advantage at the end of the day. Nice. Locks. Really? The new ability is, when rode upon by law of Sir Locks, you may call grade 1 unit from your hand, then 2 of your rear guards get plus 4,000 power until the end of turn. So at the end of that turn, draw a card for each unit. You get the effect to retire those. Other ability, Law Officer Locks, the G1. When rode upon by the Guardian, you may call grade 2 from your hand. Then 2 of your rear guards get plus 4,000 power until the end of the turn. At the end of the battle, draw a card. So pretty much how the ride chain pretty much will be calling cards from your hand. So the G1 locks is going to be able to go off due to the fact Guardian of Truth locks. So Guardian of Truth locks is the G0. So when you ride the G1 on top of the G0, if you have G1s in your hand, you can draw cards, aka you can go back to the Stampeding Otter, which means you can play your Stampeding Otters, which gives that Stampeding Otter 4,000 power. It won't get retired, but you're going to draw faster because this is part of the ride chain. And the grade 2 is nice. You may call a grade 2 from your hand. Then, since you already called the grade 1, which is your otter, the grade 2 you call, whatever it is going to die. But at least your otter maintains its strat effect where you still draw cards and you had 2 units on board. So again, you avoid the retire scenario against Kagros or anything in that matter. So they made the ride chain playable by you choosing if you want to do this effect by having the units on the board. The units don't even have to be on the board. They can be in your hand and you play them. So that's really good. Ouroboros got buffed too. He got the same thing as pretty much what Locks got. When rode upon by Ouroboros Dragon Timber, you may call a grade 1 unit from your hand, then call a card with the same name. So again, if you have 2 G1s, say you had 2 of these in your hand, you call this, and then you call another one, and then now you're decked in with boosters already. And the G2 says you may call a grade 2 from your hand, and then you get 2 intercepts. Call cards in turn advance. Same as well. Now you can clone from the deck without needing a call card in turn advance. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But that's nice. I mean, they made the ride chains doable, but they should have done this a long time ago so we could have had a little bit more fun with it because the way meta whores are, they're not going to let you have fun. But still a nice gesture. I mean, hey, we're going to test it. We always do. All right. Sure, Stealth Dragon Hokagecongo got an update. Okay, then. What did you get? When this unit legions, bind one of your opponent's rear guards, choose a random card from your opponent's hand, PG, and bind it. Return those cards from the binds at the hand at the end of turn. This is 10 times better than the average bear because not only does this bind a card in the hand, which is going to be a PG, you bind a card on the field. So now Hokagecongo is so good that this effect is great for the Soul Blast 1 card effect to, kill 2 of the bind cards. So now Hokagecongo actually is freaking good. He is legit Hokagecongo without the discard effect, but at least you're binding a unit that's on the field and binding a card in the hand, which is still minusing 2 from your opponent. So that is what we call plussing. I love it. Giraffe got updated. Wow. Once your attack hits a Vanguard, retire 2 of your rear guards to retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards. I like this because he's not grade bound anymore. He can retire anything. So if your opponent had G2s in the back, you can kill those G2s in the back. Keep your board control with Giraffe. Giraffe got a really interesting buff. Field control. Now he can kill anything. G3s, like say you forgot to kill 2 units. You can go kill those 2 units right now with Giraffe. Not bad. I'm gonna feel good to retackle Mr. Giraffe again. Power-based buffs to Zigfried. I don't think we're gonna use Zigfried, knowing how this game is. Captain Nightmare being a 9k is a huge buff, which means he gets to go up to 12k, which can be really good in tight situations against the 12k interceptors, so you can do your restand plays. But the whole point of 12k is it goes great with the 9k boosters, or whatever boosters in the back that's 9k or whatever. So you can perform proper combos and hit magic numbers without the need of a trigger, which has always been positive. I mean, Thanatos has something else to call, bringing this unit at 12k, so you don't even need Corruption Dragon anymore. The whole point why I was running Corruption Dragon in my Grand Blue deck in general was because it became a 12k, and that 12k made a difference when calling with Reverse Causidius, a 6k booster that became 9k. Now the 12k is actually a big difference in this game. Trust me, it is a difference. Master Beetle got updated. Okay, when play, CB2 to call 2 random cards from Bloody Hercules, Iron Cutter Beetle, Sharp Nail Scorpio, and Sonic Cicada from outside the deck. Both of there's 2 G2s and 2 G1s. It's going to be random calls, so you either call 2 G2s, or you call 2 G1s, or you make a call with a G2 and a G1. Pretty much, that's nice that he calls outside sources, so that's good. At least you could almost guarantee yourself an intercept for that turn. And Master Beetle is doing Master Beetle things, which is nice. He can still paralyze. Doesn't mean his other effect is gone. Just he got an added ability at the end of the day. So again, something else to test. Might as well. Ignore. All right, now the newest updates. The Witches. If you're in Legion, CB2, they buffed it. Now it's not when you Legion, when you are in Legion. Haha. CB2, retire another Witch rearguard to reveal 10 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Choose 2 random grade 3 or graders and call them. And then with your opponent's rearguard, those units become 5,000 power, grade 0 with boost, no ability. Your opponent's abilities do not activate from this call, the effect obviously. And also, this is nice. This is a huge update. This card actually went up in tiers now because of this. Now this effect can be used anytime. Pretty much it's only once per turn. So when you do this effect, you're gambling on your opponent having triggers in the next 10 cards, which he possibly will be having triggers in the next 10 cards. Trust me. So this effect will not go to waste, and the fact that this is CB2, this is pretty strong because, again, we have many possibilities to eliminate all intercepts and swing at the opponent for game. So that is pretty positive. I like it. Cultist Witch Rios. Once per turn. New effect is once per turn. CB2 and retire Witch rearguard. Reveal 5 cards from the top of the deck. Oh, was this a When You Legion unit? I think it was. I think it just got a new update here. No, the old effect was that way, but the new effect, I don't know. I think they took that out. Okay. Whatever. To reveal 5 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose a random grade 3 or greater, call to a rearguard circle with your opponent's rearguard. That unit power becomes 5,000 and grade 0 with booster. No ability. Your opponent's abilities do not activate from the call of this effect. If you do not call with this ability, countercharge 2. So that's nice. They gave us insurance with this. If there was no trigger, you get your CB back, and then you just ride Fiona in case you didn't find anything the first time. So you're good there. And they buff the Forerunner. When the attack it boosts hits a Vanguard, if you're in Legion, put this unit in your soul to call 2 different cards from among Black Crow Witch Ina, Lizard Witch Ina, Black of the Cat Witch Metcrawl, Witch of the Goats Med from outside your deck. So this makes you choose, and obviously we're always going to choose the counter charger. So we're going to be able to counter charge after that CB2 play. So all the good buffs right now. Mesmerizing Witch is looking sexy as hell. Cracking Beast Tamer is now looking sexy as hell. Set 19 doesn't look like garbage anymore, guys. So if you pull for set 19 and you pull these cards, congratulations. You have good cards now because the company legit reworked the entire set. This entire set got reworked. All of set 19 pretty much got reworked with all those CB3 nonsense. It's amazing, really. I'm like happy about this. It's really good. I mean, if I see Sinbuster next week, I'm going to be crapping my pants because I'm like, oh my god, please tell me they gave him a crit. Oh, please, for the love of God, let him just be a glorified glory with a crit. Alright, so that's good. So a lot of these cards are really good. They're shaping up, but definitely the witches are going to be a big meta changer for sure. Due to Fiona being able to do this effect anytime you want, because she is Legions, you'll be able to do this effect anytime you want. But it's only once per turn, so next turn goes by, you do it again, etc., etc. She doesn't have insurance because she's looking at 10 cards. There is no insurance. 10 cards is a lot. If you don't find it, then you just have shitty luck. There has to be at least 2 triggers amongst 10, but knowing my luck, I won't find those. But with Legioning, trust me, you're going to be finding always 2 triggers, no matter how you look at it. So Beetle looks nice. Nimus looks good for Grand Blue now. 12k beat stick is a 12k beat stick, and we take those. Giraffe looks interesting to play again due to the fact he can retire anything. Hokagecongo looks so fucking good now. It's not even funny. Nuatama might be able to strive yet. Maybe a Nuatama stuff will happen eventually. But it's good to know he's getting this nice buff. This is going to be very beneficial in the long run since this isn't bound by hand size. If they only have 1 card in hand, it's a PG. Goodbye. GG's. Love it. And the ride chains were interesting enough, but I'm glad they actually updated Knight Armor because obviously hitting the Vanguard is always a bitch anyways to make the multi-attack, and that ruins the whole point of getting certain abilities off by getting extra attacks in because of our power creep Legion's supposed to hit for the second attack, so it's a guaranteed hit. So glad they fixed that. That was a big one. That was a big one. And Colonel being Colonel. Interesting Colonel. Technically, you could use Tyrannoquake if you wanted to. Yes, that can return, obviously. You can use Tyrannobite in, like, any deck. Tyrannobite can be used in any Tachikaze deck. I don't know if he was bound by Ancient Dragon name. I know Iguanagor was. I think Tyrannobite wasn't bound by Ancient Dragon. I think he was. No, I don't think he was. No, I don't know. I forgot what Tyrannobite said. Anyways, but that's pretty much all the cards. That's all the updates. So I hope you guys did enjoy this little review. I'm happy that witches are going to be really stupid now. Not stupid, but, you know, nice, balanced, and being able to do their effects whenever they feel like it. That is pretty poggies and pretty nice to play. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see you all another time for some buffs and nerfs.